Oh, hi, Bob.
Hey, good morning. I
you
noticed that smile is kind of forced on your face. Yeah.
Did you see that we continued to exploit you in this last Sexy Liberal virtual tour? We put you and Kimberly having sex in the refrigerator back in the Thanksgiving virtual Sexy Liberal.
Yeah.
That was from a previous one.
Noodle sex.
Just to re-exploit you. Right, and you having noodle sex with your lovely partner.
That I didn't know that you did that. But,
Yes.
come to think of it, you know how your ears burn when people are talking about you?
Yes.
Well, when the Sexy Liberal show was going on Saturday night, something else was burning. And
What?
Oh, my.
yeah, the never mind.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. My boy. It was Sexy Liberal Kiss Club because we're so happy about the election. So, and then we just randomly threw in you having sex in your refrigerator. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. Good day. Good day to you.
Yes, as you retweeted some of this, said Biden's new people are spectacularly boring. Isn't that great? And you said yes, as long as the normals are excited enough to vote as if the republic depends on it. The zombies desperately want back in, and we can't get so comfy that we let them. That is the danger of us just going to sleep and going, oh, thank God, everything's back. It's normal now.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Well, I mean, we came so close in talking about the Georgia Secretary of State being thrown under the bus by Donald Trump really emphasizes the fact that we were a couple of local officials away from the whole thing getting scrambled. And maybe not irreparably, maybe not to the point where Donald Trump cheats his way to a second term, but certainly close enough that we could see the tyranny through the haze. It was getting a little bit clearer in our field of view because, all of these things were happening. I mean, we're seeing the weaknesses in our electoral system. We're seeing the weaknesses in where, votes get certified, what the GSA does, what the canvassers do. I mean, this is ludicrous that we came that close, that it really hinged on a couple of state and local officials as to whether or not Donald Trump could screw us all.
Yeah. Well, you've talked about this for a long time, Bob, about Trump-proofing the presidency. So we don't get pregnant with a presidential alien again.
Right.
Because it's true.
He almost predicted. That's what Trump's doing next. Instead of a TV show, he's just going to get pregnant. And that's going to be his. There you
go. Pregnant man.
That's going to be his swan song.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, like this. Dan Bongino floats 2024 presidential bid. You're like, normally I'd laugh my ass off at news like this. After Trump, though, it's obvious that 73 million voters will support any moron weirdo as long as he's sufficiently trolling liberals. I mean, yeah.
Owning the libs.
Right.
Well, I remember 2015, and there was speculation once again. Oh, is Donald Trump going to run for president? I don't know, but I hope he does. It's going to be hilarious.
Oh, it'll be so fun. Remember that?
Yeah,
it'd be funny.
Yeah. Fast forward to 2020, and we're all just waiting for him to go away. I mean, that's the thing. We just can't underestimate these people. They are pounding on the door like the zombies in Shaun of the Dead, or that picture from Ohio of those protesters protesting the lockdowns. Right. I mean, this is what we have to visualize in our heads. Otherwise, we're going to get caught with our pants down, and they're going to come flooding right back in the door, and we're going to be back in this predicament once again. And I don't think we can endure another stress test like we just went through.
No, you're right, Bob.
As a nation.
Somebody else put it that way, a democracy stress test, and we barely passed it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is to the breaking point, and it is.
Oh, that's what I mean. I mean, we were all, at one point last week, we're all looking at the local, what was it, the Wayne County Board of Canvassers, where it seemed like the entire election was going to hinge on what these two Republican members of the Board of Canvassers were going to do. And our democracy is coming down to these two guys, really?
Yeah, that Trump is going to fly to Washington and put the screws to and give them free champagne and whatever. I know people have told me that's different people. I don't know. There was different people that involved the canvassing board and whatever. But the point is, everyone saw what was happening. And that's what they were hoping for, is that one state like that would fall and would start a domino effect where other Republicans are like, oh, okay, well, they got away with it. I guess we can do this. I mean, it just, you're right, this close to that happening, to them just.
That's right.
Yeah. But I mean, and this is why it goes to your piece, which is so great. Enough cowardice. Democrats must forge ahead without caring what the Trumpers say. Trump's delusional supporters will rage and scream no matter what. Democrats should quit trying to make peace. You said, and I love your tweet, you said Americans tend to respond to strong, unflinching leadership and tend to condemn weakness and half measures. If the evidence leads to indictments, Democrats should just own it and ignore the shrieking. Because as you said, they're going to shriek anyway. You said rather than refusing to investigate anyone and being accused of investigating everyone, why not damn the torpedoes and proceed full speed ahead? Again, stop fearing what they'll say and just do the damn thing. I think justice demands it. It's not Joe Biden, by being independent of the Justice Department again, like he's supposed to be, should accomplish this anyway. Just get out of the way, let the evidence lead, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all remember what it was like in 2009, 2010 onward. I mean, they found whatever reasons they could latch onto. The incoming communism, I think at the time, was Barack Obama's going to pass all kinds of laws now with the economic meltdown that's going to bring in the new communism in the United States. And this was the pivot point. This is what they were screaming about in all of those lawn chair rallies, the Tea Party getting together and screaming about Barack Obama. And Glenn Beck on Fox News every day talking about how Barack Obama is going to be this fascist, is somehow a fascist communist. I don't know how that exactly works.
Right.
But this is the kind of thing that we can expect. Irrespective of whether Joe Biden says, yeah, go ahead and have investigations, or whether he says no investigations, it's not going to matter. They're still going to scream that Biden's going to become responsible for the Letitia James investigation in New York. I mean, that's the kind of insanity we're going to probably hear from.
Talk about pardoning our mess, world.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff belongs at the Hague. They should be referred to the Hague. I mean, this is reclaiming America and American values. And you said it best, because how many times have we used that word? Unprecedented times deserve unprecedented accountability. Walking away and burying the past in the past is an excellent way to guarantee another Trump in the future, likely one who's worse than the first Trump. Yeah.
And I'm so sick and tired of everyone dancing around Trump's supporters, whether it's actual Republicans, and Republicans do it more than anybody. I mean, the entire Republican Party has been rendered impotent by Trump's supporters. They're so concerned about, what are the Red Hats going to do? Oh, the Red Hats are going to make sure that we're primary challengers, or whatever it happens to be. But I think across the board, I mean, we're seeing op-eds being written now. We're starting to hear a little bit from some cable news people. Oh, maybe it's better to just move on. And if Joe Biden wants to reach out, no, Joe Biden doesn't have to do anything. Joe Biden can be the peacemaker. He can be above it all. And as long as he's above it all, he's out of the way.
Laura Ingraham
all he needs to do.
Laura Ingraham said, well, what she says after sex every time, finally last night. Oh, it's over. Move on. That's what she said. I don't know that for sure. I just think that's what she says every time she said sex, is either get off me or it's over. It's over. Move on. I just feel like a lot of men have heard that, what she said last night. Okay, here is Biden on this very subject. Take a listen.
I will not do what this president does and use the Justice Department as my vehicle to insist that something happened. There are a number of investigations that I've read about that are at a state level. There's nothing at all I can or cannot do about that. But I'm focused on getting the American public back at a place where they have some certainty, some surety, some knowledge that they can make it. The middle class and the working class people are being crushed. That's my focus.
I see, and I think this works. What's every movie we've ever seen? Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Why did he pick Kamala? I'm just saying.
That's right.
He can be above the fray.
Yes, and that's what he's doing. I mean, we have to remember that Joe Biden is in a very difficult spot moving forward, and we have to give him cover. But the fact remains that he doesn't need to authorize any investigations. He doesn't need to say a damn thing about investigations whatsoever.
Exactly.
All he needs to do is say, okay, I'm going to proceed forward with rebuilding our reputation abroad. I'm going to do this, and then we're going to tackle climate and all the other things. And the U.S. attorneys, the Department of Justice, state and local investigators, whether it's Cy Vance all the way up to Letitia James, doesn't matter, congressional investigations. These are all things that can proceed forward, irrespective of whether Joe Biden says go or no go.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't, again, he can be above it, which means he's out of the way to, stop it.
Yeah.
So we have to follow the nuance. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of angry people at Joe Biden. It's going to be unnecessary.
Yeah.
As long as everything is moving forward and there is accountability.
Yeah.
Because if there isn't, the next Trump is just waiting in the wings, saying, "Look, I can get away with anything."
Yeah. You know how I know I'm right about this good cop, bad cop thing? A, I'm always right, and B, do you know where? Do you know where Kamala and Doug, you know where their house is? You know where they live?
Where?
Beverly Hills.
Oh.
Beverly Hills cop.
Stephanie Miller.
Really?
Yeah. Kamala Harris can go stick a banana in the
Break
tailpipe.
down.
Right.
You busted. You know what? I'm not saying I know that she's dancing to this in her office. Doing a moonwalk. Don't you think, like the first indictment? I'm just saying if there was a hidden camera, she'd be like, shake down, break down, you busted.
I think she likes more modern music than this.
I think she's a Beverly Hills Cop fan. Is what I think. I didn't know she had a home in L.A. I'm just saying I happen to know that fun fact. So I'm just saying, bad cop.
Yep. And, look, there's going to be maybe some, leverage there to be had with Kamala Harris. Again, the vice presidency isn't necessarily the law enforcement office, but at the same time, doesn't hurt to have a prosecutor, in the White House.
They're all going to turn into Stewart in Mad TV. They're all going to pretty much like Emily Murphy's being all tough, and then how about Katie Porter and her whiteboard?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's the money.
I mean, remember, one of the great things that we can look forward to in the next 4 to 8 years is that if Adam Schiff or Richie Neal or any of these, committee chairs want to get documents, they want to get testimony.
Yep.
No more blocking of this. No more blocking subpoenas. The executive branch of the federal government is going to be an open book.
Donald Trump remains a national security threat, Bob. That's why it is important that we get his taxes and file. He still has our secrets. He's still, what do you think this open skies thing is? He is a traitor. He came into office a traitor. He remains a traitor right up until the last minute, and he will continue to be to enrich himself. So that's why it's also important, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I want to know what Jared Kushner has been thumbing through as far as classified documents go. Yeah. I want to know what kind of deals he's been making using national security secrets as leverage for those deals.
Yeah.
I want some sort of forensic investigation to find out their entire footprint on the entire tranche of classified information in this country. I think it's going to be quite revealing what Donald Trump was accessing.
I'm sorry, accessory to Bonesaw murder says what now? Chris said he saw Adam Schiff this morning saying if Trump tries to pardon himself, I don't think that pardon will hold legally. So let's, not so fast with, he gets away with everything. I don't know, with Flynn or even himself or Roger Stone. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, just remember that what Donald Trump does is he tests the system. Yes. I mean, he's gonna test this system. He's gonna pardon himself.
He's the velociraptor testing the fence. Don't shut off. Nobody shut off the power on the fence.
That's right. And
but this is a test that we've needed for since the beginning of the country. Who
would have thought Sean Comiskey would have a velociraptor being electrocuted on the fence?
Sean is brilliant.
That is amazing. Okay. I am extremely impressed.
I am too.
Congratulations, Sean.
I am too. I can't believe I had the judgment to hire him. It's amazing. Right? Okay. Love you, Bob Cesca. The Bob Cesca Show is essential. I listen to it every week. You have to read. He's wonderful in every form, in writing, in spoken word. I nominate you in every category for everything. Including hunkiness. Is that a category? General hunkiness.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, the Marconis have a hunkiness.
Well, they should.
Yeah, because radio is known for hunkiness.
Mm-hmm. It is now that Bob Cesca's here.
Right. Except this week. I'm off this week. I'm not doing any shows.
Oh, okay. Spring and sexy back.
So.
How to act. Okay, fine.